What's going on? Josiah Novak, and I'm back again today with the last meal plan you'll ever need. So today we're going to talk about how to put together and structure a meal plan that's going to work no matter what your goal is. If you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, maintain your weight, whatever the goal is, this is the last meal plan you're ever going to need. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Hey, before we jump into today's video, I want to let you know that I run a business called thetruetransformation.com. And if you're interested in learning how I help top performers, high earners, people who might run a business or manage a team in a company, or you're just one of the top producers in your company, if you want to understand how I help you drop 30 pounds in 90 days, there's a link in the description of the video. You can check out our 5M model coaching program where we help people just like yourself take back control over your fitness, get in the shape you want to match the success you have in other parts of your life. So if you're interested, check out the link below. And in the meantime, make sure you like the video and leave a comment with your number one fitness goal that you have right now. I'd love to hear from you. And I might have a free gift for you if you leave a comment. So drop a comment below and let's jump into today's video. Okay, the last meal plan you're ever going to need. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I'm going to get right to the points because I know YouTube rewards longer videos, but I am trying to keep it short and sweet for you because I want you to start taking action on this stuff right away. Understand this, all right? Meal plans are simply a roadmap, okay? They're just a roadmap on what to eat, when to eat, and where you're gonna eat, okay? So ultimately, at the end of the day, there is no magical meal plan out there that's going to help you burn fat, lose muscle, or a combination of the two. And the reason I say that is because there are people still selling meal plans as if there is some magical way to eat that's going to result in your body completely transforming, but it's just not the case. And I want to break down how to create your own meal plan that you'll never have to worry about again. You literally set it and forget it, and you just adjust based off of the goal that you have right now. So let's jump into the first step in putting together the last meal plan you're ever going to need. Step number one is to set your calories and protein. Now, I talk about this so many times that I'm almost nauseous thinking about it. But at the end of the day, if your calories and your protein are not where they need to be, then you're not going to get the results that you want. And I'll tell you why, because calories dictate whether you lose weight, gain weight, or maintain weight. It's basically your gas tank, which is your body, requires a certain amount of fuel every day to operate. And if you're taking in less fuel than you're burning, you're going to lose weight because your body is going to burn the fat that you carry as basically an emergency fund, right? So if you're not getting the fuel that you need, the body will say, all good, we have some fat. We'll use that to make up for that caloric difference. Now, if you eat more than you burn, the body will take that and store it as emergency funds for later, okay? So over time, you can gain a lot of fat if you're constantly eating more than you burn. And that's the problem that we face as a society today, is that most people burn very few calories and eat a lot of calories. It's really that simple. Now, protein is a nutrient. Okay, it's a very important nutrient. It helps you stay alive and helps you maintain muscle and a lot of other things in the body. And you want to make sure you get enough so that as you're losing fat, or if you're trying to build muscle, you have the nutrient that will help hold on to very valuable muscle. Muscle helps your metabolism stay healthy, helps fight off illness, disease. It does a lot of things. And most importantly, I mean, at least in my eyes, it helps you look good, right? And perform well. It helps prevent injuries. It helps you move better. Muscle is really important. So you just want to make sure you're getting the right amount of calories and the right amount of protein. Now, the right amount of calories varies depending on your goal. What I will say about protein is that usually a gram of protein per pound of goal body weight, so what you would like to weigh, is a good starting point. Now, that can change depending on the circumstances, but it gives you a place to at least start and aim for as you're starting to put together your meal plan. So here's where we get into how to actually create a meal plan. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to evaluate how you currently eat. Okay? Where do you eat? What do you eat? What times you eat? All the things that you do every day that involve food. You want to get crystal clear on your habits. What do you like to eat? What time? Where are you? What are you doing? Because what I can tell you is this: if you try to reinvent your entire habit and routine around food overnight, you're going to struggle. It's going to be hard to completely reshape how you eat quickly. It's just going to take some time. So what I would rather you do is start to tweak things. Start to tweak how much you eat, what you eat. Maybe add some things to your current meals or take away a couple things. Let me give you an example. So I had a client who runs a very, very successful business online say that for most of the morning, they're so busy that they forget to eat. Okay, happens all the time. But they're having trouble losing fat. And the reason why is because when it does come time to eat, when they finally take a breath and they have time to consume food, they're reaching for whatever's convenient. And in this case, they're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? Which, hey, who doesn't love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? So instead of telling them, okay, well, here's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to eat a breakfast, you're gonna have to eat a mid-morning snack, and then that way you're not hungry. Sure, maybe that's a good solution, but it's gonna take some time to get into that flow because they're so used to working and not worrying about food that I'd much rather say, hey, when it is time for you to eat and you reach for those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, let me show you how to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that are high in protein and actually lower in calories. Crazy, right? It's a recipe that I have where you combine some peanut butter powder with Greek yogurt and some low sugar jelly on bread that's a little low calorie. And all of a sudden you have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that taste like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but they just have less calories, more protein. So that was a simple fix that didn't require them to reinvent everything about what they do. We literally just said, hey, we're going to start eating variations of what we already eat. Okay. Same thing can be said if you eat out, right? So if you get to the end of the day and you're looking for something convenient, instead of not eating out and saying, oh, I have to go to the grocery store and buy all this food and make all this food and I just want it right now, why don't we start ordering something healthier that's more calorie controlled? Okay. So getting aware of how much you eat, when you eat, all that stuff is crucial. That way you can just make small tweaks and not try to reinvent who you are and what you do overnight. The next step is once you get clear on how much you're eating and you start to make tweaks, you incorporate higher protein variations of what you're eating, you make better choices at restaurants, and you're in a better flow, right? You're just making better choices, not trying to reinvent everything overnight. The next thing is to start experimenting with different recipes, right? So you have recipes that are higher in protein, that taste great, that fulfill the cravings that you have. Well, all of a sudden you can start picking and choosing times during the week where you incorporate new meals, new things that you want to test out. And all of a sudden you start to have more variety that you can pick and choose from. Ultimately, a meal plan really is just how you choose to eat, right? In a way that gets you to your goal. So if you have some recipes that maybe are delicious and easy to put together that you can pick and choose from depending on the day, depending on what you're craving, well, all of a sudden now you have a very, very well thought out meal plan strategy, right? And it doesn't feel like a ton of work. You don't have to eat 6 times a day. You don't have to eat all day, right? It's just, or all day, every day. You actually now have a plan that fits who you are, what times you can eat, what you like to eat, and all those better choices combined with a few new recipes that work for you will result in you getting results, right? It's that simple. Now, what you change is going to depend on your goal. So if you're trying to lose fat, you might just bring calories down. So your portions will go down a little bit. If you're trying to gain weight, the opposite. You might gain a little bit of portion size. You might add a little bit of food to your meal plan. You might incorporate a few things that you normally wouldn't eat if you're trying to lose fat. And maintenance might just mean that you eat normal, right? Like you just make good choices and you don't worry so much about calories. You just monitor how you look, feel, and perform, and you make adjustments accordingly. That's the last meal plan you're ever going to need. I can't stress it enough. Your meal plan should be meals that you like, that are easy to put together. They should also include the choices you make when you eat out, when you're making food for your kids, or if you're busy at work and you just don't have time to prep anything, you have snacks that you can grab that all fit your calories and your protein goals for the day. So, my friends, that is how you put together a meal plan. Now, I work with other top performers just like yourself, people who are high earners, people who crush it in their careers, who probably have a lot on their plate outside of work too, family, friends, all that stuff. And you may not have been taking care of your fitness in the way you want to. Maybe you want to look better, feel better, have more energy. Maybe instead of trying to keep up with your kids, you want your kids to try to keep up with you. And maybe you want to practice having other kids with your spouse. Like if these are the things you want and you want to look good naked in the process, I'd encourage you to check out the link in the description below where you'll learn about my 5M model, where we teach people how to manage their mindset, their movement, their meaning, their meals, and ultimately their muscle plan to get in the shape that they want to be in. So check that out. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and drop that comment. Let me know your current fitness goals. I might have a free gift for you. So talk to you soon. Have a good one. Peace.